Peace and love to everybody that's in the building, man. It's your brother, Aboriginal Power. We're going to be exposing the godfathers of Pan-Africanism, how white men created the Pan-African movement. So for those that want to get in tune, we got Sunday's classes today at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, $10 admission. This is going to be a complete banger, y'all. Y'all going to want to be here for this one. It's your brother, Aboriginal Power. Let's go.
Fuck black history, ain't no black history. This ain't black history, this ain't that you'll see. They don't know about me, you don't know about me. They gon' know about me, you gon' know about me. See, I am not a slave, I was born to slide, I am not afraid. Hop about the K, oh yeah, free to God, they went out of state. I'm a child of God, I do not belong to the United States. Fuck black history, tell Uncle Sam he can catch a fade. I went to hell, school, graduated at the top of my class. Still never thought I was over my peers. We did that time together 12 years. Ain't that some movie? I think that it is. They won't control me, I'm really a member. I traveled that road, I came back with the jewels for 'em. When I pull up, they peep how the roof gone. We some dog killers, won't chew bones. Know we all spit on, we supreme. Somewhere I read a nigga had a dream. Did them dirty, they keep playing by that same toy, but it bullshit. If you win the battle, you can tell the story and delete whoever, get whoever glory. Hope you listen closely, this ain't metaphor. This is straight up real and I prepared you for it. MLK was a motherfucking agent. At first he ain't know it, cause really they played him. They showed him the front of the building, they tell him the back was burning. But the secret they gave him, he tried to reveal it. Go back and listen to that I Have a Dream and the speed that he gave on the night before they killed him. He climbed up that mountain and sink the promised land. That boy was a Mason. By writing, they sealed them documents forever. But I know Masons in Atlanta know better. They said he would kill cause of prejudice, yeah, but they lied to you. Here I come with that shovel on, yelling fuck black history. Ain't no black history. They gon' know about me. You gon' know about me. See, I am not a slave. I was born to slide. I am not afraid. Hop about that K. Oh yeah, free the guys. They went out of state. Yeah, I'm a child of God. I do not belong to the United States. Yeah, fuck black history. Tell Uncle Sam he can catch a fade. They don't want you to remember this. You not no slave, you indigenous. Fuck how they painted them Indians. You went to war with the French and the British, man. Quite frankly, you was kings, Merovingians. They took the women and men, made them prisoners, raised up the children to worship their images, set up a lab to the genes and they mixed them. And this shit get way deeper than your pigment. What if I told you you was born sovereign and all you ever had to do was admit this shit? What if I told you that this was your ancestor land? That mean that they was the immigrants. Wait, I think there's someone tried to explain that 100 years later. The Negro was still in exile in his own land. Natural birthright, Malcolm X style. What was Holmes saying? That's the curse, right? Fuck black history, ain't no black history. This ain't black history, this ain't that you'll see. They don't know about me, you don't know about me. They gon' know about me, you gon' know about me. See, I am not a slave, I was born to slide, I am not afraid. Hop about the K, oh yeah, free to God, they went out of state. I'm a child of God, I do not belong to the United States. Fuck black history, tell Uncle Sam he can catch a fade. I went to hell, school, graduated at the top of my class. Still never thought I was over my peers. We did that time together 12 years. Ain't that some movie? I think that it is. They won't control me, I'm really a member. I traveled that road, I came back with the jewels for 'em.
So our people not only have to be re-educated to the importance of supporting black business, but the black man himself has to be made aware of the importance of going into business. And once you and I go into business, we own and operate at least the businesses in our community. What we will be doing is developing a situation wherein we will actually be able to create employment for the people in the community. And once you can create some employment in the community where you live, it will eliminate the necessity of you and me having to act ignorantly and disgracefully, boycotting and picketing some cracker someplace else, trying to beg him for a job.
Shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. Hit that like button, thumb up the video, support the channel. It's your brother, Aboriginal Power. This is the Wake and Bake Show. Let's go.
It's a brand, you know. Black on everything, take a glance, you know. You can see it on my shirt, on my pants, you know. Had to make these motherfuckers understand, you know. I'm just saying it's about time we expand, you know. Take a stand, you know. Make demands, you know. Take a chance, you know. Black on everything by the band, you know. I put that on everything that I am, you know.
You know the saying, if you knew better, you'll do better. A lot of people ain't make it from where we came from, where it's too clever. Youngin' learns how to plant down on its own seeds, not a fruit better. Translation, you can only dumb your sound down if you let them do better. I'm the product of my poverty. Mama never owned property. The eviction notice landlord's game, that's the first form of monopoly. Found out I was indigenous to America was a shock to me. Time to get my Aboriginal Americans out of poverty. Time to get it for real. Yup, we ain't gonna play no games with them. Linked up with some real hitters, that's where I'm from, with the same vision. Tulsa, OK, Greenwood, we gonna make it happen again. Aboriginal Wall Street for my ancestors, we gonna make it
It's a brand, you know. Black on everything, take a glance, you know. You can see it on my shirt, on my pants, you know. Had to make these motherfuckers understand, you know. I'm just saying, it's about time we expand, you know. Take a stand, you know. Make a man, you know. Take a chance, you know. Black on everything, by the fam, you know. I put that on everything that I am, you know. I done built your walls, I done paid your fines, I done made you rich while I'm barely getting by. I done slaved away at your heart's desires. Had to take it all away for a piece of mind. Taking back my cream and my dreams. Carpet king, fuck you mean. Hidden agendas that you never seen. Like when in the fuck is a COVID-19. Make us sick, they force vaccines, but we not trying to take no strings. Boost up black man self-esteem, no, they not trying to see that scene. Cops blaming at us again. No more shaking hands. Black man with a master plan. They fear who I am. Trying to hide my identity, but I know where I stand. Grinding for me and the fam. Reborn and do it again. It's a brand, you know. Black on everything, take a glance, you know. You can see it on my shirt, on my pants, you know. Had to make these motherfuckers understand, you know. I'm just saying, it's about time we expand, you know. Black on everything, take a glance, you know. You can see it on my shirt, on my pants, you know. Had to make these motherfuckers understand, you know. I'm saying, it's about time we expand, you know. Take a stand, you know. Make demands, you know. Take a chance, you know. Black on everything for the fam, you know. I put that on everything that I am, you know. Take a stand, you know. Make a man, you know. Take a chance, you know. Fuck it, expand, you know. Black on everything for the fam, you know. I put that on everything that I am, you know.
My heart's forever. Rest in peace, Dave Roland.
Salute, 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 salute. How's everybody feeling out here in the building, man? How's everybody feeling in the building? How's everybody feeling in the building? Make sure y'all drop them fire emojis. This is the Wake and Bake Show. We got another fire-ass show coming up today, this evening. Sunday's class, man. We're going to be talking about who is the godfathers of Pan-Africanism. Who created Pan-Africanism? You see what I'm saying? This is going to be one of those complete bangers. You understand what I'm saying? But we got one more intro that we're going to get to. I want you family to go ahead and share the live stream. It's very, very, very important for you guys to share the live stream. Make sure you get your tickets for today's Sunday class. It's $10 admission. Class will start at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure y'all go ahead and tap in with that. It's your brother Aboriginal Power with all the indigenous peoples of this land. Let's talk about the history. Welcome, family. Let's go.
Once again, it's time. Yeah.
It's King Isaiah, I'm demanding respect. I see everybody ballin' till it's time to connect. I see everybody kill us till you hand them a tech. Or cops read them they rights, nightsticks to they neck. Too many chasing the check instead of checking priorities. Flexing heavy on the ground, but you still a minority. Fucking whips, your chains, or anything that came after. Misleading black people, you a fucking slave master. This is Genesis, I'm flipping the page backwards. Listen to intuition, we ain't got the same pastors. Me, I follow no man, I can't be programmed. This soul food set the mood like a fucking slow jam. It's time to eat up. I'm 10 toes down, who gon' defeat us? I'm living gold, aboriginal, check my features. Who gon' speak up? I turn up and blow speakers. My own teacher, I grew up with no leaders. Can't trust people, cause they ain't telling the whole truth. Your directions to heaven, but you live in the hell too. That's how I feel, keeping it real. Love it or hate it, either way they trying to crucify me like the savior. Put thorns in my crown, they knowing that I'm a king. They know. Been crossed too many times, whipped and hung from trees. I am my ancestors from the past that done bled, and now we here resurrected. Bitch, I'm back from the dead, immortal. They can't kill me, I'm forever on the rise. They despise my genetics, it's something special about my kind. A descendant of the ones in the tombs. Brown babies coming from wombs in tune with the sun and the moon, you feel me? If it ain't clear, it's time to switch optics. Cause ignorance got us moving in fear, and that bring them big profits. But I'm a prophet, so I kick knowledge. Cause the shit that you hearing on the radio got us misguided. They got our goddesses hating they real bodies, and the gods getting high off lean and pill popping. Bodies are still dropping. Is you paying attention? I guess not. You still paying to listen. I move different in my true image. Just too many projecting hate. Who gon' lift the whole world up and tell them they great? Who gon' tell everybody getting money, but who's spreading the bait? So we can buy back the block, start to better this place. Cause our skin tones is dark, it's divine mastery. The hair grown from my dome defies gravity, yeah. The real rulers of earth rebirth humanity. Facts. The queen's high supreme, call her your majesty. Facts. You better batter me, listen, don't be a casualty. Fuck a colonizer, we guardians of the galaxy. They super late, bitch, I move truth, fuck moving weight. Earth is our true estate, that let our lights illuminate and prosper. I promise I'm passionate with my power. I'm writing all my wrongs and balancing every chakra. Who gon' stop when my daddy try? The reason you so scared to fly is cause you scared to die. But I exist on dimensions beyond this plane. You thinking it's all a game. When you open up your eyes, your energy start to change. We still traumatized and healing from all the pain. It's good versus evil, our enemies all the same. So I'm 10 toes down with my feet in the dirt. And when I leave earth, you still hear me speaking this verse. This music is all my scriptures I've been keeping since birth. When I spoke them into existence, I was seeing my worth. My purpose is my perspective. I'm serving a higher message. A piece of the most high is written in my genetics. I speak for my soul tribe. We shed a divine essence, releasing the soul ties to whatever we find negative light. Instead of bashing out women, we heal with them. Instead of running from problems, we deal with them. And instead of killing our brothers, we build with them. So, fuck the illusions, we seeing the real picture. We here. It's more spiritual than physical, nigga. If you ain't trying to bring change, you invincible, nigga, for real. My message lives, it's invincible, nigga. And fuck being rich if you ain't got no principles, nigga. Crap.
Hey, let me say something real quick. All these years we've been calling each other niggas and they think we tripping. Have our own kind looking at us with resentment. But listen, you see, we not slaves, but we are the descendants. But this is a new age, so it's time to transition. Nigga means noble individual, grace and godly ambition. Cause we always make gold out of the labels that they give us. Cause this is our land, we were the first that ever existed. So respect your temple, honor your pigment. From the motherland to the other lands, we are
indigenous.
Salute. Shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. We do appreciate everybody for coming through, man. Make sure y'all drop them fire emojis, man. We got another banger for you guys, man. You hear a lot of these pro-blacks, Pan-Africans, and now even Africans joining in this Pan-African movement. But a lot of people don't really touch on the origins of the Pan-African movements. You know what I'm saying? The funders and investors of the Pan-African movements, the actual philosophers from which the Pan-African movements stand on. In today's Sunday class at 5:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, family, we're going to be breaking down every aspect, not just breaking it down, but showing you documentation after documentation to prove to you that the white man constructed and created Pan-Africanism. And then later on in the 1950s and the 1960s, the CIA directly started funding African and Pan-African programs in the college universities. And I'm going to give you one of the exact universities with the actual debriefing letters, the CIA directory letters, and more, family. It's going to be an absolute banger today. So make sure y'all tune in, man. This was actually going to be a pay-per-view, but I thought we'd do this as a Sunday class. We got a lot more heat to get into, but like I said, family, y'all gonna really, really appreciate this one. You will not respect any Pan-African from this point on. You will have all the documents and proof to prove that these are just sentiments and early philosophy statements from early racist Europeans who despised free Negroes, who wanted free Negroes out of this land. And they created this philosophy, this ideology that we call Pan-Africanism to do their dirty work. And I'm going to prove that to you. You understand me? This Sunday. You understand me? Today at 5:00 p.m. So make sure y'all get y'all tickets, man. What's the deal with everybody in the building? How y'all feeling? Y'all got any questions about today's show? And are y'all going to be in today's class today? How many of y'all getting in today's class? I'm pretty sure it's going to be quite a bit of y'all, right? By a show of fire emojis, who getting their tickets real quick right now? Who's going to get their tickets right now? By a show of hands. By a show of fire emojis. Make sure y'all share this live stream around too, though, family. Make sure y'all share this around. Shout out to everybody listening in on Instagram. We do appreciate y'all for tapping in on Instagram. Shout out to everybody listening in on Twitter. And y'all should already know the vibrations, man. Y'all should already know the vibrations. Reginald Jones, what's the deal, family? You ready for today's class? It's going to be a banger, fam. Ooh-wee, I've been preparing this show for and I got a whole PowerPoint presentation for y'all. It's going to be so fire. It's going to be smooth. It's going to be elegant. It's going to be absolutely a banger. It's going to be an absolute banger, though. I need y'all to get into it, man. Make sure y'all get y'all tickets. Let me go ahead and put that Cash App information in the chat for so y'all can go ahead and start getting y'all tickets. Also, family, you can purchase the tickets through PayPal, Apple Pay, fuck it, anything, postcard, it don't matter, man. You know, we accept it all. We accept it all. You see what I'm saying when it pertains to this information. And we know y'all gonna be there. This is the Wake and Bake Show. I just lit my wood up. This bitch tastes fantastic. Tastes fantastic. Now, excuse me. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. It's only right now. Shout out everybody that's in the building. Shout out to Reginald Jones, Brian's Flat Power, Wilmore Reed, Copper Colored Goddess, and Reginald Jones. Once again, man, shout out to you. Shout out to the family that's in the building, man. Shout out to the family that is in the building. Shout out to everybody that's in here rocking out, though. Make sure y'all get y'all tickets for today's Sunday class, man. Make sure y'all get y'all tickets for today's we're gonna get into some history. I'm gonna just give y'all a quick brief rundown. Of how they portray how a lot of these Boule members portray the godfathers of Pan-Africanism. You know, the godfathers of Pan-Africanism are three particular hand-picked Negroes, but the actual fathers and the creators of the Pan-African movement are actually pale skins. So I actually got a quick little video. It's not going to be long, but it's just to give y'all an understanding of what we're going to be breaking down and giving y'all the true aspects later on. But let's give y'all the Boule's point of view of this whole ordeal. Let's go.
Health deficit and all that followed. But too often the focus is on the problems, pain, and pathos found in African American history. Discovering truth, revealing little-known realities, and surprising stories can offer inspiration and instruction, even in the world of healthcare insurance and other forms of financial self-sufficiency.
You've heard before how we couldn't get pork chops, so we made chitlins a delicacy. Well, in the same vein, we had African-American leaders, primarily coming out of our religious community, ministers like Absalom Jones and Richard Allen.
We're going to talk about Absolute Jones, and I might talk about Richard Allen, but he doesn't really fall into the bracket of Pan-Africanism, but he does fall into the Black Boule AME Church. We'll talk about that in a separate episode. But definitely we're going to talk about Absalom Jones. I do want to give a shout out to my brother Reginald Jones for being the first person to purchase his Today Sunday class ticket. Make sure y'all get y'all ticket. We get 2 more tickets sold, we're going to give away a ticket. We get 2 more tickets sold, we're going to give away a ticket. That's how we're going to rock this thing on out today. Let's keep it going. Let's rock it out.
Community ministers like Absalom Jones and Richard Allen, who at the end of the 18th century, while we were still struggling with slavery and disconnects of all sorts, created out of their religious fervor mutual aid societies.
Richard Allen, along with a number of other Black Methodist bodies that came together, formed the African Methodist Episcopal Church and incorporated, had our first general conference in 1816. The AME Church, initially started from what we like to consider as the first sit-in Philadelphia in 1787, led by Richard Allen, Absalom Jones, and some worshipers at St. George's Methodist Episcopal.
Now, listen, that's very key, because I want to talk about this meeting later on in today's show. We're going to talk about the meeting, who actually organized the meeting, and what was the point behind the meeting. So when you see this thumbnail, when you, and a lot of people may not realize this, when you see my thumbnails, it's giving you a glimpse of what we're going to be talking about. We're touching on certain shit. You see what I'm saying? We're going to be cooking with grease today, family. I mean, this is going to be one of y'all favorite shows. I can honestly probably say that this is probably going to be one of y'all favorite shows of all times.
Church, where they were not welcome to worship freely. After they completed their prayer, they walked out and they started the Free African Society, which was a benevolent society that was really focused on caring for those that really were having trouble caring for themselves.
The Free African Society's Articles of Incorporation, written in the spring of 1787, call out a concern with health and wellness that resonates across the centuries. As they stated, a society should be formed without regard to religious tenets, provided the persons lived an orderly and sober life, in order to support one another in sickness and for the benefit of their widows and fatherless children.
African Americans pool their funds that we might be able to bury our dead, that we might be able to take care of the widows, that we might be able to provide some health care for the youth.
We can find mutual aid societies providing protection, providing funds for food, for education, libraries, homes that were founded for orphans of color who had nowhere to go, who couldn't be part of orphanages that served white people. All of these sorts of things, as at the same time they were fighting against slavery.
In the very beginning, I mean, the Black church was everything to the African American. I mean, it was a place where we did our theology, of course, our politics. It was our conservatory of music. It was everything for the African American family and the African American child.
The gospel of Jesus Christ is about wholeness for people. If you look at
a lot of these Black Boulets, man. These are some of the earlier peoples who using the same ideology that ultimately indoctrinated the masses throughout the North and Southeast. You see what I'm saying? And then eventually this gospel and Black evangelist movement that started from the Methodist Church, the AME's church, comes directly from the sentiments of pale skins. Like I said, today we're going to be talking about this. This all ties into Pan-Africanism. Pan-Africanism is just another version of this religion. It's more like the dirty work of the religion. We'll talk about it
Jesus later. In the Gospels, as the story is told, he's always concerned about the wellness of people. People who were blind, he wanted to have sight. People who were deaf, he wanted them to be able to hear. People who were crippled, he wanted them to be able to walk straight. And people who were even having issues with emotions, he wanted them to be whole. right?
And I want to make this clear today. Also, another Easter egg that you're going to find in today's Sunday class. Make sure y'all get y'all tickets as well. Another thing y'all going to find in today's class, that not only is these people such a bootlicking coons who's willing to, adopt the Europeans' philosophy, some of these Pan-African forefathers and leaders actually sleeps with the white man. Slave owners, people who despise Negroes. Some of these leaders that we're going to be discussing in today's Sunday class literally slept with the white man. We're going to talk about that.
So the church should operate the same way.
The scriptures say that it is the desire of God that we prosper in our health in the same way that our soul would prosper. The holistic kind of philosophy that undergirds the Black church comes out of our kind of collective struggle. And so we have to address and have had to address these kinds of issues collectively for some time.
Well, it's an important model because at the time, there was no insurance for Black folks.
These historic works of these heroes evolved from mutual aid societies to, as we move further down the line, African-American insurance companies, the Atlanta Lifes, the Golden State Mutuals, the Supreme Life Insurances, the North Carolina Mutuals.
A multi-million-dollar enterprise operated solely by and for Negroes. Inside the home office.
You hear that?
The North Carolina Mutuals.
A multi-million-dollar enterprise.
A multi-million-dollar enterprise. All 100% controlled by Negroes. That's why I was trying to tell Superman slow ass yesterday. You niggas is the same reason we're failing now. Back when we had real human resources, when our brothers couldn't make it up to our level, we was there to pull them up. We was there to point them to where they can get the resources. We was pointing them to where they can go and get the things that they need to achieve. When we looked out for our neighbors, when we looked out for our brothers, when we looked out for our sisters, when we helped out our friends. A lot of these niggas have the mindset that, oh, if niggas can't do it, then they failures, then that's on them. A lot of these brothers have now adopted the pale skins ideology. You understand what I'm saying? Like Brother Superman, he literally sounded like a pale skin degenerate yesterday. That's why I said you can't even have an articulation with a cave beast. And you're a nigger cave.
Life Insurances, the North Carolina Mutuals.
A multi-million-dollar enterprise operated solely by and for Negroes. Inside the home office this morning, switchboard operators, clerks, stenographers, bookkeepers, and secretaries prepare for a routine day's work with their usual composed dignity.
These came as responses of a community that was left out, that decided it needed to take care of itself.
Charles Spaulding makes his way through the busy third-floor office to the early struggle of youth, the three white collars, and the day he closed his struggling grocery store to become general manager of Durham's first Negro insurance company, the North Carolina Mutual and Provident Association.
What they did was so much a part of what our people did. Our people have always felt that they needed to lead the way.
And this was going on in the early 1800s, in the mid 1800s, in the late 1800s, which is when these Europeans started to find the ideology to disrupt and dismantle the Black business, the Black thriving communities, the Black strongholds that they had. When you look at it, it's the Pan-African movement that really threw the monkey wrench in the cycle. You understand? We got to understand that. Are y'all with me right here, fam? I need to make sure that y'all with me in the building. I need to make sure that y'all with me in the building, because this goes deep. This goes real deep, especially when we're acknowledging the corruption of what was once was. This is not no he say, she say. This is not speculation. This is in documented historical fact. Documented. You know, when we get into other, because that was just about Absalom Jones in Philadelphia. He was actually an icon in that particular area. But there's people that I brought up too earlier, like James 14, right? Y'all heard me bring up James 14, who's also going to be another guy we're gonna mention inside this today's Sunday class at 5 o'clock p.m. Make sure y'all get y'all tickets too, man. Make sure y'all get y'all tickets for today's class, man. This is promotion for today's Sunday class. I definitely got to get y'all tickets. You can get it in. You feel what I'm saying? We're going to talk about one of these guys that I brought up earlier. Like I said, James 14. James 14, we're going to talk about him earlier. Because, by the way, they just didn't take regular dudes. They started working on their deception and manipulation by getting very revered, respected people in the community, people that looked up to these particular people. And then they were indoctrinated by the church. The church implemented an ideology to disrupt the actual Negro economic system. They wanted to disband it, move it to different parts, literally separate it, take it apart. And one of the guys that also helped use, that was helped use throughout this corruption, is James 14. We talked about Absalom Jones just a second ago. Now we're going to get into a little bit of James 14. But what I'm going to show y'all is how these guys was utilized to hand out the Europeans' ideology. Into who is
James Fortin spent his life fighting for freedom. Born in September 1766, Fortin lived in Philadelphia as a free black man, his grandfather being granted freedom from slavery years before. At the age of 14, he joined the fight in the American Revolution, working on the Royal Lewis, a privateer ship tasked with raiding and capturing British vessels.
On the first voyage that he went on the Royal Lewis, they had a pretty successful time. They captured a couple enemy ships, captured supplies. They came back to Philadelphia and then went out on a second cruise in 1781 and were actually captured by a British ship. And James was thrown into a prison ship in New York Harbor, a prison ship called the Jersey. He suffered there for about 7 months.
Conditions on the Jersey were notoriously awful. Thousands of men would be kept below decks with no fresh air, no light, and very few provisions. The guards were cruel, harsh, and brutal. As many as 8 corpses a day are reported to have been buried from the Jersey before the British surrender at Yorktown.
James had actually made friends with the son of the captain, the British captain of the ship that captured the Royal Lewis and its crew. And so James had a bit of a special relationship with the captain. The captain even invited him to come back to England and stay with his son. But James declined. He actually chose to stay in that prison ship. He made that decision because he really believed in the cause of the revolution. He said that since he had been captured as a revolutionary, he felt that he still should stay with a cause that he was willing to lay down his life.
Yeah, but and this is all true. And he's doing this all out of his own recognizance. See, that's what they're not going to tell y'all about James 14. James 14 was one of the few colonial era millionaires. Let's talk about it a little more.
Fight for and fight for.
Eventually,
let's talk about it a little more. But before, did y'all know that though? And why y'all ain't getting y'all tickets for today's class, man? What is going on? Y'all bogus as hell today. Y'all bogus as hell this morning. I know y'all still waking up. Y'all gonna get y'all tickets in a second. Let's get it.
Born to free black parents in Philadelphia in 1766, young James Fortin faced a life-altering tragedy when his father died in a boating accident. Raised by his mother, James was educated at a Quaker school. At age 8, he began working at Robert Bridges' sail loft to support his family. As a teenager, Fortin served on an American...
He was working at a Quaker school. Now listen, Philadelphia is also the home of the Black Quaker movement. You know, people like Prince Hall. You feel what I'm saying? Richard Allen, you know,
James was educated.
That's, by the way, the Black Quaker movement led into what we call ultimately gave birth to what we call today the Black Boule movement. We'll talk about that later on
At a Quaker school. At age 8, he began working at Robert Bridges' sail loft to support his family. As a teenager, Fortin served on an American privateer during the Revolutionary War. Captured by the British, he narrowly escaped being sold into slavery. After the war, Fortin returned to Philadelphia and became an apprentice to Robert Bridges, his father's former employer. His skills and work ethic quickly earned him a promotion to foreman. By 1798, Fortin had not only mastered sailmaking but also purchased a business, creating an integrated workforce, a rarity at the time. Fortin used his wealth to support anti-slavery causes. He was a key figure in funding the Liberator newspaper. James Fortin and his family supported education for Black children in Philadelphia by helping to open the first tax-supported school for African American students. They also established a scholarship at the Oneida Institute, which provided free tuition and boarding for deserving students. Fortin was one of the wealthiest Black Americans supporting abolitionist causes. A Revolutionary War veteran and successful businessman, he is a founding father who fought for equality for all Americans.
They was what they would call the Black elites. They were what you would call the Black elites. You know how you got the white elites and the Bilderbergs and all these rich people controlling and moving shit without being seen and controlling the cities and shit? That's who James 14 was. That's who Absalom Jones was. That's who Paul
Road trips have
Cuffey
always
was.
been about the journey.
You see what I'm saying? We got to understand that. But yeah, man, make sure y'all get y'all Sunday class, man. Today we're going to talk about who really created the Pan-Africanism movement, the hidden hand behind the global movement, and the white people's involvement and role in the Pan-African movement. We're going to talk about it. This is Pan-Africanism is literally sentiments from a white man through a Black man's mouth. And we're going to prove it. And then not only that, it was later on funded by the CIA and when it was introduced into the college universities. Get y'all tickets. Anybody got any questions? We'll drop the link in the chat too. We'll drop the link in the chat for anybody that may got questions. But yeah, man, we're going live today. It's gonna be raw and uncut today. This gonna be raw and uncut today. Oh Lord, yeah, we're gonna get into it today. We're gonna show you the white handlers word for word, name for name, source for source behind all this shit. The reason niggas even telling you to go, the reason niggas even think we come from Africa, should even go to Africa, comes from these particular white pale skinned people that y'all gonna learn about in today's Sunday class. I got a whole PowerPoint presentation for y'all asses today. Because I skipped last week. You know what I'm saying? I was busy, but I had it ready. I just added some more shit to it this week. Oh Lord, we about to go up one. It's gonna be raw and uncut today. Especially for the new brothers and sisters that may be new to the channel. That's just tapping in. And if you is new to the channel, you know you got to hit that subscribe button, family. Come on now, cuzzo. Go ahead and smack that like button. Double check the subscriber. Make sure your notifications bell is turned on, cuz. You feel me, cousin? Don't do that for me, big bruh. Smack that subscribe button. Double check that notification bell. You want to, and when you're looking at it, make sure it's turned to all. You feel me? So you get all the notifications for videos, lives, posts, and other updates. You feel me? Yeah, this is going to be fire. But listen, the only way y'all going to be able to see it unless y'all purchase y'all tickets for today's Sunday class. This is going to be today's Sunday class. Class starts at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm saying it again. Everything that you need to know is on the screen, by the way. But today's class started at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. $10 admission. That's nothing. That's nothing. That's nothing. That's a bag of chips and a Gatorade. Come on, man. Go ahead and support the channels by getting in your today's Sunday class. You're going to get some heat. You're going to learn something real interesting and maybe even give you a better perspective to this whole billion-dollar industry to try to Africanize us. You see what I'm saying? A whole billion-dollar industry to try to Africanize us. Meaning trying to make Africa attached to the indigenous peoples of this land, the free Negroes that thrived in this land. You see what I'm saying? I see we got my boy Holy Trolley in the building, Tribe Up Now is in the building, Country Ray is in the building, Aborigine in the building. Okay. Okay, we got the people up in here, man. What's the dealie? What's the dealio? I didn't know y'all snuck up in the building like that. Who else up in here? D. Realist, the general of the Tether Task Force, Indigenous Blood Mitchell, Bronze Flat Power, Talk Your Talk Mitchell, Copper Color Goddess. Okay, y'all done snuck up in the building. I didn't know y'all was up in here like that. I didn't know y'all was in here turned up like that, man. Y'all drop some fire emojis in the chat. Y'all can hear me, man. What we doing in here? Why y'all ain't getting y'all tickets for today's Sunday class? This may be one of the greatest Sunday classes of today. Y'all ain't gonna want to miss this one. We're gonna show you document after document after document. You feel what I'm saying? And this time I actually put together an actual PowerPoint. So it's just gonna go so smooth. It's gonna move so smooth. It's gonna move so smooth. And it's just gonna be fired though. I ain't gonna lie. We're gonna get into some real facts. I can't even wait, to be honest. No matter who's there. If it's one person in there, it doesn't matter. I can't wait to get this out. I can't wait to get this out. This is going to be crazy. Because a lot of people talk about how the Pan-Africanism is corrupt, a failed ideology, but nobody goes to the root of where it comes from. You know what I'm saying? What is the origin? You feel what I'm saying? So we're going to pull down the curtains and we're going to show you who's controlling these Pan-Africans, where their ideology come from, who is the puppet master behind the scenes as far as when it comes to Pan-Africanism. Pan-Africanism. Man, salute to everybody that's in the building, man. Good day to everyone. Good day, Grand Rising, happy waking bake. It is 9:30 a.m. You understand me? August the 16th, 2026. It is 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That means it's 8:30 Central Time. And it's 6:30 in the morning West Coast time. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Somebody said, why are you ashamed of being African heritage? I wouldn't be ashamed if I had African heritage. I would be more prouder than a lot of you guys who do have African heritage. They're often denied. You feel what I'm saying? More Science Learning Center, hit the link. Hit the link. Let's have that conversation for the family. Let's have that conversation. I think you're an African and you're not so proud to be an African. You're sitting here claiming to be a Moorish scientist, Moorish Science Temple of America guy. You see what I'm saying? You said Learning Center, not learning. I thought you just misspelled it, fam, like the Somalians in Minnesota. My bad. But come on, man. Come on. Come on and hit the thing. You can type in the chat. You can come on and speak like a man. We can have a real casual conversation, bro. We ain't gotta do no extra shit. We just gonna have a conversation about it. See if you can articulate yourself. You a man. Come on, let's have a conversation. I don't want to allow you to keep man in the chat without you coming on. You feel me? That's how you get put into the block mode. You guys gonna be blocked, my nigga. A lot of you guys be faceless dudes with no voices. Why should we even respect what you typing in the chat or your opinion? You're a faceless character with no voice. Who the fuck will listen to somebody like that? You feel what I'm saying? Niggas want to have the real. We in the real recognized real era. A lot of you guys who be hiding behind the screen with multiple different accounts and be some of the weird niggas that be on the panel sometimes, y'all don't want to come on under certain accounts because it'll blow your cover. See, that's why a lot of them don't come on. I'm gonna just expose it right now. A lot of them don't come on because they be in the chat under a lot of different accounts, and we actually know exactly who they is if they was to come on. You feel me? Yeah, but that's how a lot of them is. But they ain't gonna hit the link because we be like, oh, that's Tyron, or that's root words, or that's mild cabbage. You know what I'm saying? We'll be able to tell the cornball that it is by the voice. That's why they don't come on. Because they up under a fake name and a new character putting on a new facade. You see what I'm saying? That's how you expose them. That's how you expose them. Bap, you super early this morning. Hey, man, it's a wake and bake show, gang. It's a wake and bake show. You don't like wake and bakes? You don't like the wake and bake shows? Somebody said, I just went to sleep at like 4. My bad, gang. I ain't mean to get y'all niggas up so early. I ain't mean to get y'all up so early, gang. I did not mean to get y'all up, gang. Somebody said a real one burning one right now. I mean, you already know ski. We in here burning it down right now as we speak. Y'all know how we coming, gang. I'm just waiting on y'all to get woke up. Y'all still asleep, shit. I've been up since 0 o'clock. Y'all just rolling over and shit. I've been up since 0 o'clock. I'm about to roll me up another wood. We just getting started. It's the Wake and Bake Show, goddammit. This the Wake and Bake Show, goddammit. Somebody said we have to start making all of them cam up when they come on, identifying them and ending the deception. Yeah, a lot of these people ain't on that type of time, man. A lot of these guys are weasels. They nobodies that they in their communities. They're ashamed of their own goddamn self. But they can create an online persona to build some type of character and morale. Because in real life, there are a bunch of weenies who probably get slapped, disrespected on the regular, and they feel like they can create a character and do to others as what's done to them. No. We're going to expose your weak ass. Yeah. You got the wrong niggas over here, Playboy. You feel me? That's what you call a troll. A troll shouldn't even be respected. A lot of you niggas be listening, bro. Yo, y'all see what he said in the chat? Nigga, you don't know that's a troll. You ain't figured that out yet. Slow ass boy. Hey man, we up in here in the morning. Shout out to everybody listening in on Instagram as well too. We shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all on Instagram. Shout out to everybody that's listening in. I think we got 53 listening in right now on YouTube. Shout out to the family on YouTube right now. Share this live stream. Tap that like button though. That's gonna put us in the algorithm. The more we get them likes up to match the views, that's what the algorithm like. They feed off of that. You feel what I'm saying? You're gonna tap that like, it's gonna keep pushing that bitch in the algorithm. You feel what I'm saying? The more y'all share it, the more y'all encourage it. You feel me? Y'all know the vibes. Yeah, they definitely hear the troll, man. We got Jackie Brown in the building, man. Hey, man, listen, today's Sunday class is only $10 admission. Make sure y'all get y'all tickets. Y'all know how to get it. Cash App information is pinned somewhere in the chat. If it's not, moderators, drop that Cash App information in the chat for the family. Moderators. Do we even got any moderators in here? Oh, yeah, we got Jackie Brown in here. Jackie Brown, what's going on? Hit that link, Jackie Brown. We got the general, Talk Your Talk Media. We got a few of them in here. We got a few mods in here. We got a few mods in this mug. All right, appreciate that, Jackie. Appreciate that. We all appreciate all the love. You feel me? And shout out to all my Aboriginal, American Indian, and my FBA family. That's all one and the same. These are just different names and different lanes. You understand what I'm saying? But they all the same. So shout out to all the one Americans. You feel me? Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Motherfucking Truthful, hit the link, nigga. And make sure y'all support the channel. My Cash App information in the chat. Go and get y'all tickets, man. Go and get y'all tickets for today's Sunday class. We going up like gas prices. You understand me? So tap in and don't get tapped out. This is gonna be a banger. We're gonna show how the white man created the Pan-African movement, step by step. Jackie Brown, good morning, OG. What's going on, sis?
Peace and love, brother. I love you so much. I love my family. I'm so happy and thankful to be in the great land of America and be the only real American. Grand risings, beloveds.
Man, all day. You already know it's all love. And yes, we got to wake the people up as always, stepping on these tethers next. Delineation for the nation on the road to reparations.
Reparations, delineation have really been it's been bigger than any indoctrinated paper that they ever wrote down, bigger than whatever they classified you as all these years. When we got together and decided we was going to stand on this subject and say who we were, the whole world turned upside down. Delineation on the road to reparations for a nation that deserve it. Go ahead, pal.
Yes, to a nation that deserve it, to the only people that really rightfully deserve it, the only ones that has been allocated to, and it hasn't been allocated to. They've been simply deliberately deprived. The ones that has been denied, the one that has been rejected and neglected when it comes to our compensation. And so, there's been a lot of co-op movements and there's been a lot of other people involved speaking on behalf of us that ain't really got our interest. And like your sister said, now that we're actually specified, with exclusivity to who we are, what we did, and what our accomplishments is, it has definitely ruffled up a lot of feathers. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know how to take it because they don't know how to attach themselves to it. And they feel entitled to attach themselves to us. And this is from not just one particular group. This is for all of them that's been attacking us. So Pan-Africanism started in the church. Yes, Pan-Africanism started in the church. We're going to explain a little bit of that today. But it goes deeper than that, Brother Lewis. I'm going to break this shit down, bro. Get your tickets for today, bro. Get your tickets for today. You can get it through PayPal. You can get it through Cash App. Make sure y'all get y'all tickets for today's class, man. It's Sunday class, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be one of those, family. I'm telling y'all. We're going to give you the names. We're going to show you how some of these Pan-African leaders eventually started sleeping and laying down with the pale skin. Literally. Like in the bed, covered up. Type laying down. You see what I'm saying? I'm not going to get too explicit. But do y'all understand what I'm saying? Like laid up with them. Cuddling and shit. You understand what I'm saying?
Breeding. Like calling them family, taking them in as theirs, whitewashing themselves.
Facts. Facts. But yeah, man, it's gonna be one of those ones, man. I know it's still early in the building. I forgot I got a lot of West Coast brothers and sisters that tapped in. I should have went live around 11. I know it's not surprising. I know y'all been speculating who's been behind it the whole time, y'all, because y'all smart as hell in the chat. Y'all very intelligent, and we've been on this delineation and we're digging into the, the soil, looking for the evidence type shit. So I know y'all been speculating, but we're gonna just show y'all the proofs so y'all can have it flat out. From the origin of where it started from to the funding of the CIA in the modern day university aspect. We're going to show you all around that this thing is not a creation or anything organic to help benefit Black people.
I got a question, Babs.
Go ahead, shoot your question.
Is it possible that that very same Pan-African movement that was set aside to interrupt us and whitewash us, is those the same programs that they use to create Black and the agenda that Black is dead in law? And how would that be associated to the tethers, the Pan-Africans, tethers that come over here and are used to be the first Black this and Black that in America? How does that Pan-African movement that subjugate Black people in America to oppression and targeted racism affect them Africans here in America? And is it the same program? Do I make sense?
Yeah, so we're gonna show that Pan-African system created the system of tethering. There will be no able for people to tether if it was never the system of Pan-Africanism, which gave birth to the African diaspora. You see what I'm saying? A lot of these people don't really understand that the African diaspora in general comes directly as an ideology and a philosophy from the pale skins.
And one more question, linked on to the back of this question, was that the agenda when Europe came to America? Is that the agenda behind the indoctrination of Thanksgiving? Did they already have these ideas and plans set in a briefcases when they came?
What particular people? My bad, just so I'm clear.
The European, the colonizers.
Yeah, when they came, they came here as a whole different fashion for the most part. Most of the people that we seeing up north, they like new European. They came like recently, like Ellis Island babies. You know what I'm saying? Most of the almost every European in America can trace their ancestors back to Ellis Island. Almost every, like 90% of every European in America can trace their ancestors back to Ellis Island. I think 24 million white immigrants came through Ellis Island in the time that it was open.
What was Ellis Island? I don't know it in
Ellis
depth.
Island is a slave port, an immigrant refugee slave port from European countries. And a lot of European, Middle Eastern, and some Asians, but dominantly 90% were European that were coming through there.
Okay, so Ellis Island is equivalent to Cape Cod in Africa.
Yeah, Gorey's Island and all that little stuff. But this is real documents in real time. They got photos of these people getting off the boats.
Oh, okay. In my mind, I'm looking at them on the big old boats, all crowded, a whole crowd of them in black and white. Those old images.
Yeah.
Like
Those images. Yeah, that's it. That's Ellis Island.
But Bab, so I'm just asking because I really don't know. So Ellis Island was a real slave port, but Cape Cod was not.
There's no documentations. There's no images. There's no stories from the local people that was allegedly took where the people was allegedly took at. There's no history. There's no song and dance about it. There's no vital quantitative or qualitative documentation on those stories.
Wow, just as fake as the Exodus did, because it ain't no report in Africa of no nations, no 600,000 people leaving. Just straight up made up, only found in the Bible.
You can find revived versions, but you're not going to find real documentation from the time of those eras. So if they took somebody in 1618, you're not going to find an actual document from 1618 talking about these slaves. It comes from later on dates, often hundreds of years later. 50 to 100 years later, these documents came. These stories came. 200 years later and shit. It's just like any other story. It comes from like researchers trying to reconstruct this shit, and they add their own philosophies and theories onto the data.
One more question about Ellis Island, because they like to say that white people, Irish people, and Scots are not white. I think I heard them say. My question is, were those people on these boats? Are they additional, come later? Are
Scottish people were white. I mean, for the most part. Not saying that there wasn't black people there, but Scottish people are white.
Were they in Ellis Island?
Yeah, they was.
And Irish?
Yep.
Okay. So we can quit thinking and saying that these people are black and not white, thinking that they the connection to I think that we under the idea that the Irish and the Scots, that the black law was come to affect them, it was not for the original people, but they were the people that was not considered white, and the white people separated themselves from them by giving them black terms, and that's why they were saying they weren't considered white, they was considered black.
Yeah, and a lot of people think that the Scots and all these people, Europeans, were black, but you can just go and look at them. They got photos of them. You feel me? They got the photo.
Okay. Thank you, Babs. I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to the class. Looking forward to getting on track.
Yeah, make sure y'all get y'all tickets for today's Sunday class, y'all. Make sure y'all get y'all tickets. Yeah, man. So when you start looking at these, they be like, oh yeah, the Irish and the Scottish came over here, but these were black people. No, silly rabbit. They were white. And you can go and look at the photos of them stuffed on these ships looking like poor vagabonds. You can go and see it. Some of the earlier ones that come over here was from Scotland and Ireland. You know,
Can you do me a favor and try and connect the importance of Ellis Island and the original colonizers who come to America? Can you give us an idea, a picture how that went?
yeah, I can give you that. I'm gonna do a whole build on that. I think that deserves a whole breakdown. 'Cause I got a lot of information on that. I got a lot of information on that, Jackie Brown. Ooh,
Yeah, that's good
that's
information
where they
right
don't
there.
like. They don't like to touch on that type of stuff
Mm-hmm.
because
Interesting.
you're gonna realize that it wasn't really a colonialism colonization going on. It was these sanctioned lands that were from the aristocrats that were leasing out their lands to the Brits. That's why when the Brits finally do come here, who you see them lining up with? Free Negroes, American Indians in the Southeast, things of that nature. You got to go all the way back to the 1616s when these contracts first started being proposed and allocating the lands became penal colonies, all penal forms. And we'll talk about that later on of what a penal form is. Some may already know what that is.
That's very interesting too, because I can see that right away, right off the top. The lie that they taught us in school is that they came over and we had a Thanksgiving with them. We shared, we saved them, and then we united with them and built a great nation. So what it showed is that we were already here. We were already civilized, and that they were the newcomers, and we shared with them. And then we come to understanding of sharecropping, which we see that we can see where they were sharecropping and getting our lands, and us allowing them to come work for us, and us being these peaceable, wonderful people who love to see people grow and help people, brought them in, you know what I'm saying, and expounded with our lands, and then they walked off with our lands. That's how you can see 20 years after slavery was over that they say African Americans.
Now, and see, it never took over through pale skin. There was never a full blooded pale skin that took nothing over. It was the mulatto that took it over. And so when the early Europeans came here, like you said, Jackie, there was no breaking bread. There was no Thanksgiving. As a matter of fact, we didn't do nothing with them. And when they asked for food, we ignored them. That created something in early American history and colonial history called the starving time. You ever heard of that, Jackie Brown? It's on the screen, by
No,
the
but
way.
I did hear a nigga means stingy people.
And look, when you look
I
at
heard that.
yeah, so it's on the screen, and I'll break this down in a whole nother episode. The starving time of Jamestown Colony, the Virginia colony, that period of starving during the winter of 1609 to 1610. There were about 500 residents, and when they came back, there were only 61 left, and most of them even started eating the dead ones. Oh man, it gets bad. It gets really, really, really bad. But yeah,
Okay. I
so
might have heard about that.
yeah, there was no breaking the bread.
Yeah.
There was no Thanksgiving. They didn't eat shit. They was eating each other.
Exactly. They which sounds logical for them.
You see what I'm saying? So yeah, and so we're talking about aristocrats. And people that's not familiar with aristocrats, we're talking about the planters, the landowners, and in Virginia, in the Carolinas, in Maryland, and in Delaware. You see what I'm saying? Like we got the documentation of what the description is of these people in earlier ethnology reports. This shit is just too easy, man. But it got to be organized and comprised right. A lot of people be all over the place. You be seeing people just saying shit, just vague and no detailing in the sources, and it's just like they just saying a bunch of regurgitated shit when you re-listen to a lot of these people on some of these platforms. You feel me?
I do feel that, and I hate that. That's not research. That's believing. Research is not uh prejudice. It just gives the information and you accept it for what you can prove, and what you can't, you have to put that on the side. So I'm glad that you're going to have this sort of kind of clarification. Hopefully that'll clear up our community and have us more focused on us and not on who they calling us. And I guess my biggest question would be, what is your point? What is the end of the day, the bottom line to this presentation tomorrow in school today? What in Sunday school today, what do you want us to leave there understanding?
I want you to leave there knowing that most of these ideologies that you see in universities that has heavy funding that has been pushed in front of you by both and all ethnic groups are usually constructed by an overall class of people to disrupt the Negro stability, economic system, and overall growth. So what I'm saying is I want y'all to take away how behind almost every movement of Africanization of the American indigenous people, there's a pale skin handler behind every black voice. Okay, that's what I want y'all to take away.
Good. That's great. That's really good. Now I gotta ask you some tough questions, Babs.
All right, I like them. Let's get it.
Okay. So we leave here understanding all of that. Understand. I get it. I'm on your. I've been in the research. I see you have one researcher can identify and know another one through the way they conversate, they lingo, and I know you're there. But I want to ask you this: at the end of the day, we left there. We all together now. We saying, yeah, we get it. We get Whitey is behind it all. The question is, will we be unified with Africa when it's over? When it's over, Whitey is to blame. The African himself, you just said, really ain't to blame. Will we be unified with Africa?
That's a good question. I didn't say necessarily Africans ain't to blame. And I'm not saying that the free Negroes that were in America that have been tools of the pale skin is not to be blamed. They have played a detrimental part into the dysfunction and the indoctrination of our people. But what I am saying is this is going to create economic circulation and a more forward bounding of sticking with your own people and nothing that is not outside the grassroots by this particular building logic. You understand me? You're not going to go with these foreign aspect groups, these new pop-up groups that use the foreign identity towards us. You feel me?
Absolutely. That was a great answer. That was a great answer. Not only that was the answer, because at the end of the day, that's what's going to make the whole wide world great again. The whole wide world can be great again if they take back their home, if they go home and build, if you focus on you.
See, people think that just identifying the name by a name that they like is going to change the issue and fix the problem. No, a name is not going to fix the problem. The name is just something to identify the working progress of whose solution came, who had a solution to fix the problem. The name just identified that particular character. So that's why I'm saying we get caught up in these semantical arguments, not understanding that the work is going to be what overall leads out. That's what's going to affect the actual progression of our people. That's what the future generations is going to be able to literally build on, not the name, but off of the actual work, because we done seen throughout history that they have played the name game to change the name game since the beginning. This is why you having an issue now of reclassification. So that lets you know that the name game doesn't really mean a big factor. It's the work that the people have put in, no matter the name that they wore. And we can look at the huge accomplishments from each and every type of Black American throughout whatever era. We can show you accomplishments, innovations, and inventions, no matter what name. So that lets you know that the name doesn't fix the problem. You feel me?
Absolutely. Boy, you on top of your game. You must believe in God.
I believe we are the gods.
All right.
When we collectively come together, you see brothers and sisters thinking on all accord, they on the code, and they all got a forward goal that they trying to reach. That's God in His works. And when them goals get reached, that's God manifested in real time. We are
Great
the
answer.
gods. We can only be the
Great
gods
answer.
when we on the code. When we ain't on code, we become devils amongst ourselves. You understand what I'm saying? But nah, man, it's just your soul, man. It's just a forward progress. You know, I know a lot of people do believe in God, and I don't really believe a concept of a God or a creator. I believe we are the creators of our own destiny, of our own manifestation, and for our own acknowledgement. That's just what we do. You see what I'm saying? You were already equipped and born with everything that you needed to do to survive through life. It's about your own understanding, locking in and creating and be able to create advancements to help sustain your life. Make things easier throughout your life. And this is how you ultimately get inventions. This is how you get innovations. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, man, that's all I'm saying about it. But yeah, man, shout out to Morge Science Learning Center. What's going on, brother? Peace and blessings. More truth, more lies. Peace and blessings.
Sorry, my internet sucks.
Nah, it's all
Can you hear
good.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Where you from, family?
I'm from the Northeast.
The Northeast, like Boston, Maine, Vermont.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Whoa.
Dang, they did you detected him too fast, Baph. You got to be slower. They already know that we can tell that they might be not us, and kind of he had to get his accent together. I'm saying, yeah, I don't know, but he could have been an African that wanted to talk to us, but they so shame to say they from Africa. It's the
Yeah,
craziest thing we
no,
going through
to
here.
be honest, I think he is an African, but not in the United States. But I think he's in the northeast of what we would now call Canada. I believe he's Canadian. I heard a little Canadian, but I did hear a little African in it. You see what I'm saying? So I think it's maybe an African Canadian. That's what I'm leaning more towards. But you know, I am part of the Tether Task Force, so I can, you know, this is what we do.
Detect them. What you think he wanted to say?
I think he wanted to ask why we are ashamed of having African roots. And my question was to say I don't have any African roots. And since you're challenging that I don't, how would you prove that I have African roots? You see what I'm saying? That's what that would be my opening, but that's just me speculating. But More Science Learning Center, what's going on?
So the connection was horrible.
That's fine, brother. And it be like that sometimes.
Yes, and it's still it's horrible.
I hear you quite fine, but can you not hear
Yeah.
me? Is that what it is?
There's just a really bad echo on my part.
Okay, let's see if I can fix that echo issue on your side. Just background noise. Let's see if we can fix it. Well, you may not be able to fix it, but if you want to continue the conversation, we can see if we can have a conversation.
I can hear him fine. Peace and love, brother. And I'm sorry if I misjudged you. Okay, I hear you fine.
So I just have a quick question.
Yeah, no problem. But you mind if I don't think you heard me on my last question before you got off. Did you hear my questions? No.
No.
Okay, I said you from what part of United States, or are you from Canada?
I'm from the Northeast.
Okay. Where at particularly? Curious.
That's just as much as I'm going to say.
Why not?
Because there's many reasons.
Like what?
So just a quick question: are the Aboriginals of Australia. Are they Aboriginal?
I mean, you just said, are the Aboriginals of Australia Aboriginal?
Okay, there's scientific proof that their origins are from Africa.
What scientific proof is that?
You're going to have to research that yourself. You're really good at research, but it's out there. I've read it.
Well, you
Their
probably
origins
read
are
you probably read something called the out of Africa theory.
no.
Yeah, that's what you definitely read. Because if you're talking about anybody coming from Africa and populating other places, that's called human dispersal. And the human dispersal theory comes directly from the out of Africa theory. Okay. And there's three different out of Africa theories, and two of them cover one particular aspect, one covers a whole different earlier aspect. See, he ran again. Bring your ass back up here. Bring your dumb ass back up here. See, I like to slow walk these dummies.
One thing they know how to do is flee. Flee. That's the culture. Fleeing. We gonna have to work on it. How long has it been like that? Because it couldn't
we
been like
gotta
that all
stop.
the time.
Yeah, our people don't flee like that. And another thing that we got to bring back within our community is looking out for one another. Just because another brother ain't making it or ain't got it, don't mean you got to down them. You're supposed to uplift them. You're supposed to look out. Back in when our communities used to really thrive, and when we had multi-billion and $1 million industries that were solely ran by Negroes, that's what the system was. You looked out for one another. That's how you got that expression. It takes a village to raise a child. That's how your children was able to roam throughout the community. Go 6-7 blocks over, and everybody know exactly who your mom and your grandma is. It's because we understood that close knit comparative and controlling the infrastructure and looking out for one another. It automatically creates economic stability. So
And guess what, family? That's the only way that you can produce viable, healthy, responsible children. You got to have the village. Your kids got to have more than mama and daddy in the house. It's just that simple. We got to have socialization skills.
What's up, Superman? What's up, Super? Hit the link, man. Hey, Thomas Stoner, Big Dog Philly. What's up, everybody? Shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. Shout out to all the real ones in the building. Everybody that's in the building, shout out to everybody, man. If I ain't called you out, but shout out to y'all, man. Keep it Aboriginally busy. Shout out to Merchandise, Just 7, Dark Matter, 62, Street Lawyer. Shout out to my sister Chicken Harmony Roots, Hawk. Man, shout out to everybody. If I ain't shout y'all out once again, man. Make sure y'all get y'all tickets for today's up and coming class. We're going to be breaking down, showing how the white man's creation of Pan-Africanism played into the biggest disruption of the Black and Negro communities. So we're going to talk about how the white people really created Pan-Africanism today at 5:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure y'all get y'all tickets. That's $10 admission, man. I know y'all going to want to be there for this one. We get 3 tickets sold, we're going to give away one. Let's get them sold. Let me drop that link in the chat. I ain't even drop the cash app yet. Let's drop that cash app. I think I got it pinned, but it goes away, they say. I don't know what's up with that. But the link and the cash app information is in the chat. Make sure y'all get in tune with what the move is, man. Y'all know the vibes. Y'all know the vibes. All right, it's just now hit 7 o'clock on the East Coast, man. I know them people probably still sleeping good over there. We got my family in the central time. It's about 9 o'clock. It's a good time to wake and bake. Somebody around there making some good old bacon and eggs and some motherfucking biscuits or some flapjacks. Somebody making a good old breakfast over there. I had avocado toast and turkey bacon today.
That sound good.
Yeah.
That sound nice. Squeezy.
Yeah, nice.
I ain't had nothing yet. I was up late last night. When my party on. Grandbaby got me up. He partied with me too, but he got up before I did. And he made me get up and get him. He wanted him some pizza. He had pizza last night. He said warm him up some more pizza. He didn't want no cereal or nothing. So I didn't have to cook nothing this morning. I think I just leave my waistline alone.
What was
I
you
won't bother my
what was you doing?
waistline this morning.
What was you doing over there last night? You was partying, just having some good drinks and listening to music and stuff.
Yeah, I got a little bar set up in remembrance of my mama. So I sit at the bar, you know what I mean? I got my good smoking out. Now I do my wake and bake. I'm baking. And when I wake, I must bake, you know. I
Oh,
got the
you,
good push going on.
you be doing that? I didn't know you wake and bake, old school Jackie Brown.
Yes, sir. That's what I do. That is what I do.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Oh, I didn't know that for real.
I like a good drink, but drinking just came in my life maybe the last 20 years. But
Oh
but
yeah,
but
I'm not really
smoke
a drinker.
probably since 15, 16, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I've been, yeah. What you said, shit. Go way back. You understand me? What Rick James say is Mary Jane. She like the feel. You know what he said, man. Come on, man.
I love her just the same. Yeah, I love her just the same.
Yeah,
Mary
yeah,
Jane. Yeah, I'm in love with Mary Jane. She's my main thing. She
yeah.
makes me feel all right. She makes my
My
heart
heart
sing.
sang. Nigga, what the fuck you talking about? Nigga, that's been like that since I was like 12. Yeah, me and Mary Jane go way back, nigga. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, we go way back. Oh man, but yeah, man, get y'all tickets, man. Stoner, let me shout out to Thomas Stoner. I think he just purchased a ticket to the class today. Um, shout out to Big Dog Philly OG for supporting the channel as well. Appreciate the donation. Shout out to Big Dog Philly OG. Brother Thomas Stoner, you didn't send in your email. So in order for me to give you your ticket, you're gonna have to text the number that's on the screen, bro. Number on the screen with your YouTube name. And we'll send you the Sunday class link directly to your phone, brother. But you gotta text the number with your name in the chat. In the YouTube chat, by the way. Hey, Moore Science Learning Center, man, your signal ain't that bad, bro. We hear you good, bro. Your ass is a tether. Last Moon said Jackie Brown sound good singing. Yeah, she had a little note, didn't she? She fucking around can sing.
Thank you, brother. See, this is the thing. I can't, but we all can because it's in us. That's what we do. When they all, oh, such a person, such a good singer. Honey, we all sing. We all rap. We all dance. It's in our
Mary
blood.
Jane. Even Bap can sing. You see how that motherfucker just hit y'all like that? He
See
thought
what
I
I'm
was
saying?
it.
Just like that.
And I
Oh,
can't carry a
I need the
motherfucking tune.
South Dallas drop on that move. Do y'all do the South Dallas drop in Tennessee?
No, we do the Tennessee boogie.
Okay.
Yeah, we do the Tennessee boogie. You don't know nothing about that. I can show y'all that one day.
No, okay, but you don't know nothing about this South Dallas drop.
No, I don't know nothing about that. No, I don't know nothing about that. Yeah, I gotta show you about that East 10 boogie. Yeah, I'm gonna start the boogie. They try to steal our moves off of Grease Lightning, nigga. You ever seen that movie? You might not seen that movie. That's too old school. Yeah,
Yeah,
nigga.
that was one of my favorite Grease.
Yeah,
I love Grease.
they stole some of the moves from the East Tennessee boogie, man.
Well, man, twerking came from the South Dallas drop. If it wasn't for the South Dallas drop, these bitches wouldn't be dropping that ass like that.
New Orleans about to come get you. New Orleans about to come get y'all. New Orleans, y'all gonna let that go like that? Superman said Jackie Brown can sing me to sleep any night.
Oh, super. He is so sweet. You know, I had him already. Been there, done that.
That's his new name, Sweet and Low. That nigga was in there snoring, rubbing his feet together. Yeah, he was sleeping good. Superman said, then drop that ass then since it come from there. Super ain't shit in the chat.
He ain't shit. You hear me?
Ain't you from South Dallas too, Super? Y'all two old motherfuckers should definitely link up while y'all in the Texas state. Go do some Aboriginal shit. Go do some Black Indian shit or something. You know what I'm saying? While y'all down there. Go, Jackie Brown and Superman out in the community teaching the people about lineage and genealogy would be freaking epic.
No, we can't do no shit like that. We ain't on the same page, but this is what I want to teach our kids. See, I do love him. He loved me, even though we ain't the same. We ain't the same. He a law-abiding bitch. I'm a law-breaking bitch. Okay? So now we ain't the same, but we need to breed. We can get together. He can shut the fuck up. We can make some babies. You know what I'm saying? I get the fuck on back over here to Chapo and we can raise these babies. Yeah, we got to teach our kids healthy sex, healthy love, and encourage life in our community. What you think about that? Would that be messed up?
You sound crazy, Jackie. I'm not even gonna play with you today. You are Superman. I'm not. I'm talking about doing community work. You talking about building a community. Yeah. I believe that one alone. You feel me? Yeah, man. Superman, y'all is funny, man. I'm not about to play with y'all in this chat today. Villa, what's the deal? FBA forever. What's the deal, family? Shout out to all my FBA Aboriginal and American Indian family. Those names all apply to the same people of the one lineage, man. Shout out to the true Americans, man. Shout out to the real Americans, man. The first Americans, the only Americans, man. Salute. But listen, man, y'all gonna want to get y'all classes. Y'all gonna want to get y'all ticket for today's Sunday class, man. Go ahead and get y'all ticket. Go ahead and hit that Cash App. Leave your email. If you don't leave your email, you can always text the number on the screen. Get your ticket for today's class, man. We're gonna be proving the white handlers behind the Pan-African movement and how the CIA was involved in it later on. So yeah, man, we're gonna show you the whole history of Pan-Africanism and how the pale skins have always had their hand on it. It's always been part of deception, and it's always been part of disruption of the Negro stability, the free Negro societies, multi-million-dollar societies. Hell yeah, bro. That's why I say I'm Aboriginal over everything, but I'm Black, American, Indian. I'm all that shit, but I'm Aboriginal over everything, nigga. I'm the real American, my nigga. Straight up.
Let me ask you, Babs, what do you say to Maurice Science guy who asked you the question about Aboriginals in Australia? Did he complete his question? Did it make sense, or did you answer it? Did y'all ever get to address his point?
No, he don't even know what the hell he talking about. He sound like Wild Savage.
Oh, then never mind.
Yeah. Fucking, excuse my language, was raw and uncut this morning. That nigga's a dummy. I ain't gonna deal with Jarrell Antoine Clement. I ain't gonna deal with little Antoine. That's Wild Savage's middle name.
Antoine Savage.
Yeah, that's it. His name is Jarrell Anton Clement. Born in 1984. Been arrested a gang of times. House to house, homeless hillbilly from Nashville. That's just the facts. If you don't believe me, just look the nigga up. You can go see his mug shots and everything. Dude, that's slow as hell. A homeless hillbilly. That's his name. His name is Jarrell Antoine Clement. Y'all can look him up. Matter of fact, ask Wild Savage when his birthday is. Just ask him that. And I'm gonna tell you his birthday is October the 9th. He's never told nobody this. Listen, I'm a real researcher. I'll get on your ass, nigga. I'll go back to when your ass used to eat boogers in high school, in middle school, you little retard. Don't get me to start looking at you. I'm worse than the motherfucking CIA, nigga. I'm big Aboriginal power, nigga. Just ask them, say, hey, bro, your birthday October the 9th? That's just gonna prove to y'all that everything I said was all facts. That's a Fendi fact. But yeah. Yes.
Where white people come from?
Shit, I guess white people.
You sound just like Chief Holiday then. Sound like some shit he would have gave you
White people come from white people, nigga. It's simple as that. It ain't hard. It ain't hard. If you talking about what landmass they come from, I'm not for sure.
No, I'm talking about the science. Listen. So I think I heard that black people covered the earth. Negro phenotype covered the earth thousands of years before other people was here. That's why we are the grandmothers.
Now if you want to hear my theory, if you want to hear my real theory, now this is my theory. I'm not saying that this is facts. Y'all can take this with a grain of salt. Okay.
Okay.
You want to hear my theory?
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
I think we created them about 1 million years ago.
And start just right there at the basic. Source that, prove that. Not prove it totally, because we're gonna prove, but prove that millions of years ago we had to have made them. I would say, Jackie would say, because we're the dominant phenotype of the world and they weren't here, that means that it must have did happen. And one of us had to do something.
Yeah, because we go back on this earth. We got evidence going back 500 million. 500 million years in America. Humans, you hear me? Not no monkey shit. 500 million years old, Jackie, we got humans. And I'm saying that we created the pale skins about 1 million years ago. You find evidence of them about 14,000 years ago. They was created in the Yucatan Peninsula. Ancient Peruvians, maybe even the ancestors of the niggas who created Corral Supe. And I'm saying that story and everybody around the world knew this, and it was mythologized in stories like the Yakub story, right? The big-headed scientist who created all these races.
Well, hang on, because you somewhere most people ain't. Because most of us, like me, I've only heard of the Yakub story, and I heard that the island of Patmos is real, and it's where these Amazon people and these lesbianism came into play, where these men left women, and women took themselves away from the man and built their own and became lesbians. So I don't know a story that's that the Yakub could have been taken from.
Well, we're gonna get into it, and I'm gonna explain that here in a second. So, like I said, the Yucatan, you got the Yakub story spinning off of that in mythologized version, because it's a mythologized version, not a literal version, but it's a commemorance of something that literally happened. And so in later times after that, you get another story called the Jacob story, right? Which talks about the creation of mixed lineages of different ethnic groups as well. And we know that Jacob and Yakub is the same name, just over different peoples at different times. And so what I'm saying is that all these stories mythologize about a big-headed motherfuckers that was creating ethnic groups, and some of them turned out to be pale skins, East Indians, all kind of shit. Then you got the Yakub story, who's a big-headed ass scientist who created all ethnic groups, ultimately ending with the white ones. You see what I'm saying? And the reason I tie that back to the Yucatan, because you can easily say the Yakubatan, right? The Yakubatan Peninsula, which is where you find some of the oldest American archaeology structures, pyramids, and science and language. There's something called string language there in Peru. And not only that, Sister Jackie Brown, is that the reference to big heads also stands out to me even more between both of those analogies, because in Peru, they find the most collection of elongated skulls, meaning big, long skulls, aka big-headed
You're going too
scientists.
far. You're going too far, Babs. You're going way too deep for me. Hang on, because I now got 2 or 3 questions. But the first one was so you say that the Yucatan place got ancient American shit over there?
Yeah, right now. Yeah,
Well,
they got
hang
some of the
on,
oldest.
Babs, hang on. You mean we as Americans created white people?
Sad to say, but yeah. Well, yeah, that
Not the
science,
African?
not the Africans.
Whoa, hold on, ho. Wait a minute. You done switched the game up.
Yeah,
So
so
this, you talking about the Neanderthals, we made the Neanderthals niggas in America, not the African?
no, we didn't make Neanderthals. We made pale skins. We
Oh,
made
wait a minute, I
pale.
don't know what that means. Let's talk phenotypes.
All right, so the motherfucker looked like Brad Pitt, Angelina
That's right.
Jolie. You
Yeah,
feel
I
what
see
I'm
what
saying?
you
A
mean. They
pale,
dark eyes and dark hair,
yeah, pale
but
skin,
sulfur-based skin.
sulfur-based skin. You see a
Uh-huh.
thin lip, paper thin skin. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But now listen, this is not just the only aspect of creation. You see what I'm saying? These were scientists that were just experimenting. The pale skin was the last creation. Do you understand what I'm saying? We
Talking
created,
about Caucasian.
we created
Because I
all.
can't talk, I gotta talk phenotype.
Okay,
You
I'm glad.
talking about the last ones would be the Caucasian, the bluest of the
Well,
eyes,
the
the most
first.
recessive, the whitest of the hair, the
Well, I'm
most
glad you
recessive
asked.
teeth.
I'm glad you asked that, because you just said something that made me. I got to use the word that you use, right?
Okay,
Caucasian.
go ahead.
Yes, Caucasian. The first Caucasian will be what we call today the East Indian. This is in
But that's over
documentation.
by Africa. That's not by America. How did the Yucatan, how you connect that to the Yucatan and American stuff that's found over there, connected to
because
create white
because
people?
because when we started creating this science, we had start creating it in our other labs. You got to realize, years ago, the Aboriginal indigenous peoples went to the other side of the world. That's why you think that all this African connection and all this shit. Africa was a barren land. It don't have no water really there. It don't have no good food sources there. You know what I'm saying? So it was really a land that nobody never really went to. It's a land that people eventually went into for various different reasons. That's a whole nother breakdown. Like, I gotta give y'all a whole, see, listen, history is not told to y'all. I gotta give y'all a whole rundown on this Aboriginal philosophy, Jackie Brown, because this shit, I could go in for about 8 hours straight going into this whole de-evolution of history. They done gave you an evolutionary version of history. I gotta give you the real version, which is de-evolution. So we really gotta go to its roots. But just to get in on this Yakub story, yes, they took this science and created another race of people here. Why you think you see the mestizo race everywhere on the planet? Jackie Brown, why you see the
I mean,
mestizo?
What?
Why do you see the mestizo looking people all over the planet?
Mestizo people.
Yeah, mixed looking people.
Oh, that's evolution to me. Those are phenotypes changing.
Well, I'm saying those are separate creations.
Some kind of way, maybe even that too. I believe that the Caucasian have a different mix of whatever it is than a Mongoloid.
Well, they got the same combinations. Because listen, let's
They
break
got
down that.
some similarities, but they got some things that's very different.
Let's break down that word that you brought up earlier, Caucasian.
Mm-hmm.
So the word "cauk" means dead, right? So let's just break down a dead Asian. What color does an Asian turn if he was unalived?
Well, I know that they the last on the phenotype is Caucasian, and before that is the Asian and the Mongoloid, and before that is the Dravidian, which is the East Indian. I thought, the
Right,
Africans
right.
and
And
East Indian
so
look.
in
But you
early,
gotta explain how the hell an African look like he look if we the dominant and made white people.
I'm gonna explain that. So listen.
Okay.
So, but earlier European history, the Europeans, the Anglos categorized the Asian, the pale skin, and Eastern European, and the Dravidian as Caucasian. Okay, you can go and look that up. That's in the legal dictionary too, by the way. Definition. You see what I'm saying? You go to Black Law's dictionary and go and look up the word Caucasian. You're gonna simply see East Indian first. You see what?
But it makes sense in that form to me because I can connect the Caucasian to the Mongoloid and the Mongoloid to the East
white,
Asian to the African. I can see the evolution moving from Africa to Asia and a change of phenotypes.
Well, Africans is. Let me explain this, right? Because this is about to get real serious right here, and this might fuck you up a little bit. Monkeys, Africans are a creation too. We created them too.
Whoa! Yeah, you just knocked me off my feet. You knocked me off my feet, fam. But I'm telling you that you said it right though. You said it right. That must be what happened. We had to create him first to get all them other deals to get to us. And I'm gonna tell you why.
That's how we got the mutations. That's how you get from the African, which is the first creation, that gave the first mutation. So that's when the de-evolutionary process came, because every human got what? 23andMe. That means 23 from each parent. Those are references to chromosomes. Humans have 46 chromosomes. Okay, we have 46 chromosomes. The de-evolutionary process that I took and processed to find happened within the chromosome process. So after we created the African started deforming and adding in chromosomes. First, it added in 47 chromosomes. You understand what I'm saying?
I ain't in the chromosomes, but I tell you what I know.
Hold on,
They got story that they tell about the monkey blood and the monkey DNA, and everybody can see the monkey in Africa.
I'm about to explain that. I'm on my way there.
Okay, go ahead.
I promise you that I'm on my way there. Right. So when an African adds a 47 chromosome, he becomes a particular look. His brain function and cognitive social understanding is totally different than a person with 46. This image on the screen is of an African with 47 chromosomes. Let me put this on the screen for y'all to see. This is the image of an African with 47 chromosomes. This is an African with 47 chromosomes. This is part of the mutation. Do you know what happened when something gets 48 chromosomes? Huh?
Uh-huh.
Ask
don't
yourself,
know.
what animals have 47 chromosomes? I mean, what creature
I
has
don't know
40?
that science. I mean, he looked like he one step to turn into a baboon or a monkey, though.
Is that what you think for real?
I mean, you asking me what I think as an immature, educated person?
Okay, well, you made a good educated guess, because a person with 48 chromosomes will be considered a chimpanzee. This is a fact. Look it up right now. What creatures has 48 chromosomes? So I'm showing you the de-evolutionary process within the addition of chromosomes. I'm gonna break that down in my de-evolutionary theory of Into Africa theory. That's a whole nother concept.
Wow, that is groundbreaking. That is hella shit right there.
It goes
That
deep.
is some
It goes deep.
hella shit
And this
right
is how
there,
you
fam.
start getting this connection between Black and Africa, rhesus monkey genes. We coming from monkeys and primates. No, you turned into one due to a mutation of the first creation we made on this planet. And we're gonna talk about that in a whole nother note. This shit get deep, Jackie. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, it get real deep.
Wow. Wow. Yeah.
That shit get deep, bro. I don't even believe we come from Africa at all. That's just where we dump some shit off at. It was a dumping land for all the degenerate creations we was having. And a lot of them kept mutating. There was the degenerate mutated ones mixing with other mutant ones, creating another mutation. Those mutations became mutated and created another mutation. The chromosomes is overlapped, growing and developing, and created the whole monkey thing. So so the theory ain't from monkey to man, is you went from man to monkey.
Babs, God damn it. And of course, and that is the foundation to why America is so famous. That is why we talk.
Why you think you
Ain't
don't find
nobody
no?
trying
Why
to
you
get
think
to
you
none
don't
of
find
them
no
damn
monkeys?
places.
Why you think you don't find no monkeys in America like that? These are called New World monkeys, meaning recently introduced. You don't find no Neanderthal bones. You don't find no Homo sapien, no Homo bones, shit like that in America. There's
That's why we
nothing
hate
but human bones that has been found in America.
We the real man. And I'm gonna tell you how they know Black Americans are the real people, the original people of the land, of the world. Is because they now, you see how Maori Signs tried to bring in the Australians in the conversation as Aboriginals? Because he drunk the Kool-Aid. He wanna drink the Kool-Aid.
More
Because
science.
more science. He drunk the Kool-Aid of
You
indoctrination.
called him Molly Cyrus. That's some bullshit.
I did not.
You said, I thought you said Molly Cyrus. Go ahead.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, that's why he wanted to say that shit that he said. He wanted to bring them in as straight hair, dark skinned people to say they are original. And that's what the science is saying is the original man. They saying that an Australian kind of person with straight hair had breeded with a dark skinned person with nappy hair. And those were the original people of the land. But that's not true.
Definitely
no, that's not true.
Definitely not true. Yeah, Africa is new. That's a baby place. That's why they still so primitive. They haven't even got out of they damn near turning into monkeys still over there. And I'm showing you, and I just showed you that with the boy, and there's a whole bunch of people like that. Every village got tons of these people with 47 chromosomes. That's damn near one step away from being a monkey. Literally.
I remember they used to show that stuff on TV when I was young, late at night on TV. Feed Africa and stuff like that.
And they'll show you the ones with
Pink
47
children.
chromosomes and shit.
They showed all kind of special kids. Yeah, and in India, they had a lot of kids with them cleft palates, them lips that go up and everything,
Oh,
and then they would have
I ain't seen
kids
a
with.
cleft palate lip in a long time. Have you?
No, but I know they used to be everywhere.
Me too. I used to see them all the time. Inbred, that's where it comes from. Inbreeding, but you really do, you know. And elongated big heads and deformed teeth come from inbreeding too. That's why them Somalians look like that. In Somalia, 50% of Somalians are inbred in the Somalia. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Inbred.
those Somalians are a big trade. They a big part of the evolution that's changing the Negro or the Dravidian into a Mongolian. If they breed with a Chinese person, you know, kind of they baby would definitely be Chinese.
Listen, man, why you think a lot of these cultures worship monkeys, man?
Yeah.
Asia, East India, Africa. Africa love monkeys. They eat them. That's they own.
Europe do too. They eat them. Remember?
Yep, that's
We
they
used to saw
closest
that on
living.
Faces of D. They would eat them monkey brains.
Yeah,
They
love
put the
that.
monkey right under the table, fresh brain. They
Yep.
carve his head out while he alive and eat his brain out.
Yep, sure do. I seen that on
Twitter. I was like, wow. But yeah, so that's I'm just talking, and when we talk about the phenotype, we do have to talk about culture that go on with that. Hell, when we got to talk about culture and what people was doing, you know, because even in the Bible it say a lot of stuff about cannibalism and people enslaving babies and marrying children and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, guys, that ain't nothing wrong with people doing them. Let me first say that. It ain't nothing that we ought to be involved in. We more deal with balance of things. You know, those unnatural things, they connect that to a power source. And this power source is normally to give fame and fortune. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. I done said too much. It's linked.
No, it's linked. It's definitely linked, man. It's definitely linked. But yeah, man, shout out, man. This shit get deep, man, when you really start getting into the philosophies, man. But that's on a whole nother deep level, though, Jackie Brown. But listen, man, this up and coming class today at 5:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be proving that the white people, these particular white people, have their hands in of creating the Pan-African movement, and that the Pan-African movement is an overall white man's philosophy. And so we're going to prove that today in today's Sunday class at 5:00 p.m. So make sure y'all get y'all tickets for today's class. Purchase your tickets right now. Okay? Purchase your tickets right now. Cash App information is in the chat. Leave your email in the chat so you can have the link sent directly to you. All right? Shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. See y'all in today's Sunday class, man.
Peace and love, family.
Peace and love. Yeah, man. Get y'all tickets. Get y'all tickets. Get y'all tickets. We sell, I think we got rid of 2 tickets so far. If we get rid of one more, I'm gonna give away one. You understand what I'm saying? If we can sell one more, we'll give away one more. Every 3 we sell, we'll give away one. Every 3 we sell, we'll give away one, just to give back to the family. We give one away. We always do it in a unique way to make it an equal opportunities for everybody in the chat. All All right, so shout out to everybody that's in the building. We ain't going nowhere. I'm just going to spin the block, give you guys a quick break to go ahead and support the channel and go ahead and get y'all tickets. We'll be right back in just a second. It's your brother Aboriginal Power. Let's go.
24K, big facts only. On your bitch ass. Cry me a river so I can float the boat. I don't need a bridge, I need an open coast, but lose when I dock. I let the focus go, we made it here. Ain't no need to rope a dope. Hater had to fight those years. Tears in all them lonely roads, it's over now. Smiles the only faces that we stuck with. Living like a god, cause God said it give me comfort. Talking to the squad about building up our living structures to change the way the masses view the classes they all stuck in. Give courage to the families in the struggle. We was once them, above them, never. Better because them. Understand black elite forever. Gon' plug in. Absent to make it, concentrating on our funding. I'm sure that the end is always better than beginning. One step at a time, we gon' build our whole vision. Money ain't the ceiling, we gon' take care of the children. Life's a marathon and we gon' run it to the ending. Yeah, the end is always better than beginning. One step at a time, we gon' build our whole vision. Money ain't the ceiling, we gon' take care of the children. Life's a marathon and we gon' run it to the ending. I'm sure
that never fall off. For this bag I can't call off. Tell me who to trust, cause it's demons on my call off. I just wanna live in abundance and be well off. Now chess pieces off of my board, cause they might tell off. Strategic moves, smell like success when I'm breezing through. We mapping moves, thinking about Jay, wish he was breathing too. Them oppositions along the road was always needed too. I had to look myself in the mirror, I've been defeated too, to see the vision, and I got clarity now. I was lost, but God, he hearing me now. Orchestrating all our steps, you hear that symphony sound. It's all specific, the mission, pray for my enemies now. The demons out, but all my angels around.
Always better than beginning.
And I'm
one
sure
step at a time, we gon' build our whole vision. Money ain't the ceiling, we gon' take care of the children. Life's a marathon and we gon' run it to the ending. Yeah, the end is always better than beginning. One step at a time, we gon' build our whole vision. Money ain't the ceiling, we gon' take care of the children. Life's a marathon.
They made me read book. I could read a book so quick. Like I could read 1,000 books in the fucking week.
You could do that?
Yeah, because I was like trained to read.
Damn, and because of that they put you in special ed?
Well, in special ed they train you. It's
when I gotta deal with people that look like you guys, playing like you're the boss. Playing. Who cares? You're in the wrong nation, buddy. Yeah. You're an immigrant too, you just don't believe you are. Yeah. Hey, you have a good day though, bro. I'll be glad when you go back to Europe. If they let you back in. Remember you guys came over here, they put you guys. Y'all the criminals they put out here. That's the history. Hey man, have a good day.
Shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button, thumb up the video. Get y'all tickets for later on, man. Yeah, I just seen one of the Aboriginal brothers snapping online, man. That nigga was snapping online on the police. Shit. Oh, yeah, man. Get y'all tickets, get y'all tickets, get y'all tickets. I'm going to probably come back again later on about 1:30. Pop back on. But I'll see y'all later on. I got some shit I got to do. Go ahead and get y'all tickets, man. See y'all later.